Hey guys, it is Tuesday here in West Virginia, and we're doing a 2 for Truckin' Tuesday. I got one of my M2 sets in finally. I've been anticipating like 3 sets coming, and the one actually got here early. The other one was lost for about 8 days. It finally popped up in Cincinnati, so maybe we'll have it by tomorrow or Thursday. And then there's another one the guy hasn't even sent yet. He was whining that FedEx won't pick up his packages and he won't answer messages and he won't ship USPS. And he's actually got a pretty large store, but I should have checked his feedback. He has a lot of sales, but he's got a lot of bad feedback. I think like 80 negative feedback just for the past 6 months. So he does horrible business. Pretty soon, I'm going to make a video on bad eBayers so you guys know who to watch for. I've been making a list of them because I do buy a lot of stuff and sell a lot of stuff. But this will all focus on sellers, who to beware of that are shitty sellers. So I will be making a video on that coming up soon. But anyways, today we're going to take a look at a 2 truck set from M2. Let me move some of these guys out of the way. Usually I do that before I get into the video, but I forgot to do that today. So anyways, yeah, I wasn't really expecting this one until Thursday. That's why I mentioned in my one video that I would do this on probably for free at Friday. But today we're doing it 2 for Tuesday. So you got 2 trucks in here. You have a 73 Chevrolet Cheyenne Super 30 and a 75 GMC Sierra Grande 1500 with a utility box on it, which it looks really cool, but that's probably the one I will be getting rid of. I'm keeping this guy here for my Slam truck collection. It has a beige gut with a beige rack, which I don't like. That's going to have to go. And it's sitting on the ground, but on stock black wheels. And this is another one of those trucks that M2 started doing cheap engines on, like the Firebird truck set that came out, I think, a little bit after this one. They have beige engines, if you hadn't noticed. It looks really bad. I think this one has the beige engine, too. I'm not sure what this has. I'm probably going to say black, since the interior is black. I'm thinking that they're trying to mold everything at the same time on production to save money. That's why that the rack is beige. There's no sense in that. It should be white, black, or silver. And then the interior is beige, which is okay. But the engine is going to be beige. I seen another person's post on this set out of the box. So anyways, the box is cool. This is a nice display box. Tough in the right places. They've used that phrase before on some of their sets. And your Chevrolet bow tie and your GMC right above the trucks. But what's cool, they do the advertisements on this box also. They did that before on a couple of sets. The one with the black 4x4 dually and the yellow and white 2-wheel drive dually, they did this type of box on them, and I thought it was really cool. So you can see they have this advertisement. It says big dually, but not spelt the way that we do normally. Chevy's dual rear wheel option is available for Sierra's 30 fleet sides and chassis cab, standard on 159.5-inch wheelbase K30 models, for greater hauling capacity with camper, special chassis equipment, and added stability with slide-in campers. Then you have a picture of the chassis. So Chevy pickups have a reputation for toughness and value from the frame on up. Every Chevy pickup is engineered and built tough to stay tough. And Chevy pickups, and it shows you the tilt column in work, but upside down. I think it was upside down. I think I'm a little confused here. Yeah, it was upside down because the column would not be mounted above the gauge cluster. So yeah, this is the correct way for it to go. So anyways, yeah, pretty cool. And then on the bottom of the box, you have your bow tie and GMC. And then you have all of your warnings for choking hazards and licensing for GM, and where to find M2 online and on Facebook and X. So there is your UPC code, and we're going to go ahead and get him out of the box, or get them, I should say, out of the box. And I've already pulled back the half of the circle sticker, so the flap should just come on out, I think. And anyways, this is the first time this has been out of the box. I just peeled the sticker back before the video, that way it was a little easier to do. So I usually push on the one end, and I've showed you guys before, they have these little nifty PVC plastic things that help hold the case in place in the box, because there is a little slop in there during shipping. So here it is out of the box, and this isn't, well, dang, I was going to make a liar out of me. I was going to say this is going to be another one that's easy to open, but it's not. Yeah, it is. I was just opening the wrong end. One end is very easy to pop loose, and the other end kind of comes off like hinges. It's really pretty cool setup now. But used to be that they were a bitch to get off. As I mentioned in other videos, I usually broke the cases trying to get that acrylic dome off. So this looks pretty cool. As I said, this is the one that I bought the set for. I want to keep this truck. I'm going to be doing away with the ladder rack, and I am also going to be swapping out the wheels. I have the Day of the Dead truck coming from China, and I'm hoping not to get nailed with some really high tariffs. That's what I'm got my fingers crossed for. I ordered it from AliExpress before they started integrating those warnings into their advertisements for tariffs and such. So I think I'm clear. I think that's going to be the last order I can get from AliExpress without any tariffs. We'll just see how things go. But yeah, I'm going to be very cautious when ordering other stuff from them. But anyways, when we get the Day of the Dead truck, we're swapping bases between this one and it. Yes, they're both slammed, but the Day of the Dead has the big diameter black semi wheels. So we're going to be putting them on this truck, and I think it will look pretty hard like that. And then this chassis will go on the Day of the Dead truck, and I'm not sure if I'm keeping it or not. So let's go ahead and open the hood for that horrible beige engine. Yeah, there it is. I knew it was going to be there. I don't know why they did that. Hot Wheels does this sometimes. Well, when they used to have opening hood cars in mainline, I don't think they even make anything like that anymore. But when you pop the hood, sometimes the engine would be beige like the interior. One that reminds me of that is the 2006 Treasure Hunt 69 Dodge Charger. If you pop the hood on it, I believe the engine is tan like the interior. So anyways, M2 shouldn't be doing that because there's no connection between the interior bucket and the engine like on a Hot Wheels car. Hot Wheels kind of utilizes things like the engine compartment. If we're going to have an opening hood, well, the engine's got to be connected to the interior. So they even do that with the ones without a hood, like the ones with the gasser engines, things like that. They make it part of the interior bucket. So yeah, they try to make it where their cars consist of 4 pieces: a base, an interior, a window, and the body, and that is it. So here is this guy here, metal base. I wish they would start doing that on the single cab ones. It would make them so much better. But it is a good looking truck. I like the black trim on it. The black tailgate thing looks pretty cool. It just needs some custom wheels, not stock blacked out wheels. Although I like the chassis is loose. They didn't even, I can feel it flopping up and down. I hope the screws aren't stripped on this. We'll find out soon enough what's going to happen with it. But anyways, moving along to this guy here, the 15 with the utility bed. So it's actually pretty cool. M2 machines, 24-hour service, mobile repairs. The details are nice. The wheel choice is nice on this one too. I like it. The stance I like. It's a very cool looking truck, actually. Just, it's out of my area of collecting, though. I'm trying to stay very focused. Maybe later I'll broaden my Chevy and GMC truck collection, but right now I'm trying to stick with nothing but dualies from M2 and stick with Squarebody dualies. I know Hot Wheels has a couple of really cool older release OBSs. I used to have one, the silver and purple. It was an OBS quad cab dually, and they're nice trucks. But yeah, trying to stick with square body dualies, and that is it right now. Just like my wagons, at first I was sticking with Kingswood Estates. Then I had to open up the collecting area and decided to start collecting GM wagons and Mopar wagons. So what do you got under the hood? Yeah, look at that. That's so nice. It's got the LS series engine with the orange coil pack covers. Those are very nice looking. So yeah, nice detail under there. I don't know what the deal is with this guy. It just looks horrible. On the Trans Am set, both trucks were done like that. They had the, I don't know, I think it's like a ZL1 engine in the quad cab, and then the LS or ZL1 LS motor in the 1500, and they both were beige, but that's because the interiors were beige. I'm just saying that they probably do it like model cars used to be on the plastic. We call them trees, I guess. I don't know if they still call them that or not, but where all the parts are, and they're all molded together at the same time in the same color, and I have a feeling that's what M2 is doing to save money on some of their trucks. So we may see that a lot more in the coming years. But anyways, guys, that is it for today. That's our two trucks for Truckin' Tuesday. And this one will pop up eventually for sale. And then I will do another video on this once I get it all done up the way I want it. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll be back again tomorrow for our Wagon Wednesday.